Welcome back, Bachelor Nation fans. Today, we're diving deep into a story that has left fans around the world stunned. Jess and Spencer's sizzling romance in paradise. But hold on, there's a shocking twist no one saw coming. You're going to want to stay with me until the very end because this isn't your typical love story. Trust me, this is the kind of story that makes your heart race and leaves you questioning everything you thought you knew about love, trust, and fate. Now, let's rewind to the moment it all began. Jess and Spencer didn't just meet in paradise, they collided. Sparks flew in ways even the producers didn't expect. The chemistry was immediate, electric, almost undeniable. From the very first cocktail party, fans couldn't help but notice how Jess's laughter lit up the entire villa. And Spencer? Well, he had that charm. Smooth, thoughtful, and mysteriously magnetic. But here's the thing. While everyone else thought they were just another flirtatious pairing, something deeper was brewing beneath the surface. You see, Paradise has a way of testing hearts. Every rose given, every late-night conversation under the stars, it's not just about attraction, it's about timing, vulnerability, and sometimes a twist of fate that even the most seasoned fans wouldn't anticipate. And this is where the story takes its first shocking turn. Just when Jess thought she knew where her heart was leading her, Spencer revealed a side of himself that no one saw coming, a vulnerability that completely changed the dynamic between them. Suddenly, the villa wasn't just about romance. It was about emotional courage. Could Jess trust him? Could he trust himself? Now, here's the twist that really left fans gasping. Just when it seemed like everything was falling perfectly into place, a new arrival shook the villa to its core. And yes, this newcomer had a history with Spencer. History that threatened to unravel every connection he had just built with Jess. Talk about drama, right? But before we reveal how Jess responded, let's reflect for a moment. This isn't just a story about love triangles or unexpected confrontations. It's about how sometimes life puts us in situations that test our courage, our resilience, and our ability to follow our hearts, even when it's risky. And for Jess and Spencer, the stakes were higher than anyone could imagine. Stick with me, because in just a moment, we'll uncover the jaw-dropping revelation that turned fans' perceptions upside down. A revelation that will make you question, did Jess really see it coming? Did Spencer? And what does this mean for their paradise romance moving forward? One thing's for sure, it's a twist that nobody saw coming. In our next segment, we'll break down the shocking confrontation, the heartfelt confession, and the ultimate decision that could either make or break their paradise dream. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. The sparks between Jess and Spencer were intense before. Well, things are about to get even more complicated. Because just when everyone thought romance was blossoming, a revelation appeared that changed everything. And trust me, no one saw it coming. Earlier in the villa, Spencer had been acting a little off. Fans started noticing subtle changes, the quiet moments, the thoughtful pauses, even the way he avoided certain conversations. At first, it seemed innocent, maybe even romantic, but there was something beneath the surface, something Jess couldn't quite put her finger on. Then it happened. The new arrival. Someone from Spencer's past entered the villa, someone who knew him in ways Jess didn't. And just like that, the paradise that felt safe and predictable was thrown into uncertainty. Conversations were interrupted, alliances shifted, and suddenly, Jess was faced with a dilemma. Trust Spencer completely, or question everything she thought she knew? Here's where the emotional intensity peaks. Spencer was cornered in front of the entire villa, and instead of hiding, he made a choice that revealed his vulnerability and his true intentions. It was raw, emotional, and completely unfiltered. For Jess, it was a moment of clarity and confusion. Imagine being in Jess's shoes. Your heart is telling you one thing, but the world seems to be shouting another. And now the person you're falling for is standing right there, revealing secrets that could either strengthen your bond or shatter it completely. The tension? Palpable. The stakes? Higher than ever. But here's the twist that had fans talking for weeks. Amid the confrontation, Spencer did something unexpected. He didn't run. He didn't hide. He faced the past head-on, admitting truths that no one expected. And Jess? She had to decide. Could she embrace the vulnerability and trust him, or was the risk too great? And here's the part that nobody could predict. The revelation not only changed Jess and Spencer's relationship, it shifted the entire villa dynamic. Alliances were tested, hearts were broken, and yet hope remained. Because sometimes the greatest romances aren't the ones that unfold perfectly, they're the ones that survive the unexpected, the shocking, and the unknown. In the next segment, we'll dive into the emotional aftermath, how Jess made her choice, how Spencer's courage inspired others, and the surprising turn that has fans calling this the most unpredictable paradise romance yet. Believe me, you won't want to mess what happens
under
next.
the blazing sun of Bachelor in Paradise, a place where hearts are as heated as the sand beneath their feet. Jess, with her effortless charm and unmistakable smile, stepped off the plane, a whirlwind of confidence and curiosity. The air was thick with possibility, yet no one could predict that this season would be the one to shake the foundations of paradise. Handsome, mysterious, and carrying the kind of brooding intensity that made every glance count, he arrived like a force of nature. The producers might have thought they were introducing two contestants who would spark mild drama, but what happened instead would leave viewers and the cast stunned. From the very first cocktail party, sparks flew. Jess's laughter, bright and genuine, seemed to reach Spencer across the crowded patio. He, ever the enigma, couldn't help but be drawn into her orbit. Their initial conversation was innocent, almost playful, but there was an undercurrent, a tension that made everyone watching the live feeds lean closer. The island is a pressure cooker for emotions. Friendships form, alliances break, and romance, when it blooms, does so with the intensity of a tropical storm. And for Jess and Spencer, the storm was just beginning. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery oranges and pinks, Spencer found himself stealing glances at Jess across the villa. She noticed, naturally, and for a brief, electric moment, their eyes locked, a silent acknowledgement that neither could ignore. Everyone else faded away, leaving only the unspoken promise of what could happen next. By the first rose ceremony, rumors of their connection were already swirling. Contestants whispered in corners, and viewers tweeted in a frenzy. Could Jess and Spencer be the paradise couple everyone had been waiting for? Or was this just another fleeting spark in a villa full of drama and heartbreak? Little did anyone know, the twist that would redefine their romance was already in motion, hidden beneath layers of laughter, late-night talks, and sun-soaked adventures. And when it finally came, it would shock even the most die-hard fans. Days passed, and what began as playful flirtation evolved into something deeper. Jess and Spencer spent hours talking by the pool, sharing childhood memories, guilty pleasures, and dreams that stretched far beyond the sandy beaches of paradise. There was an authenticity to their connection that was rare in the villa. While others engaged in strategic dating, Jess and Spencer found themselves pulled together by something neither could define. It was magnetic, irresistible, and undeniably real. But paradise is a place of unpredictability. Just when things seemed perfect, tensions rose. Other contestants noticed the growing bond, and envy began to fester. Whispers turned to subtle sabotage attempts, cold shoulders at dinners, forced conversations meant to disrupt the pair. Yet somehow, these obstacles only seemed to make Jess and Spencer cling tighter to one another. It was during a group challenge that the first hint of trouble surfaced. Spencer was paired with another contestant, and though it was innocent, the moment sent Jess's heart into a spiral. Jealousy, however fleeting, planted seeds of doubt. Could this island romance survive the inevitable twists? The next evening, under the stars, Spencer sought Jess out. His confession was raw, unfiltered. I can't stop thinking about you. Even in the chaos of this place, you feel different. You feel real. Jess, usually guarded, felt her defenses crumble. The sincerity in his voice, the intensity of his gaze, it was unlike anything she'd felt in previous seasons. And so, hand in hand, they crossed the threshold from casual flirtation to something dangerously close to love.